Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. Hey, what did they call Moses' wife when they would have a get together at their house? The hostess with the Moses. Ba-dum-bum. Anyway, we are going to start talking about the week so far that I had over here at Advanced Trucking. Let's see, Monday I delivered at 6 a.m. in Baytown, Texas, at Stone Peak. I had a load of ceramic tile. Oh, they unloaded me really quick. It was pretty. The appointment's at 6, but they don't open the gate till 6, and there's usually a line if you look at the reviews. So you just got to be patient. You pull up there and you just wait your turn, which is fine because, I didn't want to pay the toll, so I tried to go in another way, and that way said no trucks. So I ended up losing a little bit of time. It was so annoying. But hey, that's the way it is. You can only get to it by paying tolls. And on that Highway 99 they got over, I can't stand to pay a toll. So there's that. My next load even made me more happy because it canceled before I even got going to it. Yep, that's right. But the broker, being a swell person, knew I was already empty, knew I was on the verge of pulling out to go get it, and got me a truck order not used anyhow. So that did help alleviate some of the pain. It was a painful situation. I was not extremely happy about it because, it's Monday, you're in Houston, and you got to find another load. You got to redo your whole schedule. And that was not my favorite thing to do. But I was going to be going to Charleston, South Carolina on a decent paying load. I did manage to find a load that ended up in Savannah. So I picked up over in Lake Charles at Volunteer Persilis or whatever that's called. And it was some kind of stuff in super sacks. It was, I picked that up Monday, and I ran on out towards Savannah. I was not able to go to the house on Tuesday like I like to do. My week, this entire week, has not really worked the way I wanted it to. But that's all right. We drove out that Monday, and I ended up sleeping. I got fuel in Slidell Tuesday morning, but when I drove out Monday, where did I end up sleeping? Let me think. Oh, I don't remember. I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me. So I got fuel in Slidell on Tuesday, because that's, our fuel time goes in on Monday night along with our loads. So you want to wait till Tuesday to get your diesel to start your new week, or else it's going to go on last week's, which is going to bring your payday down. Who needs that? And you need to make sure you get your loads in by Monday night, or you're not going to get them until the next week. So who needs that drama? So you make sure you get unloaded early in the day Monday. That way you make sure that load goes on the payroll, and we all like our payroll to look good and chunky anytime we can. And over here at Advanced, they can make it look good now. Come on over, get you a little bit of the pie. So on Tuesday, after we got fuel in Slidell, we drove all the way to Love's, just south of Macon, Georgia. That's right. I went through to Macon through the woods over on Highway 80 to I avoided Atlanta. I did. I played it soft. So Wednesday is our delivery day. We delivered at Port City Logistics in Savannah, Georgia. They were pretty quick. They were a little crazy on their safety because it's kind of a small place and they're getting busy. I mean, they stay pretty busy and there's always people coming in and out. So the security lady acted like she was a little stressed. But I would go back. It wasn't that bad. So my next load picked up there in Savannah at Seagate Handling. It's a little port over there, and it's a load of fertilizer, I believe. Went in there, and it didn't even have to have a TWIC, come to find out, but I got one. I recommend to y'all that all y'all get a TWIC card, because there's a few benefits, you know, when you have it. It's a pretty decent investment. But I went in and signed up. They almost put too many pallets on there. Now they put me on the dock. I got loaded, and I come out and done scaled out, was getting my paperwork, and then the guy that loaded me came out, and he was like, "You need one more pallet?" I said, "You sure?" So I went back around, and I said, "No, that ain't right," because my rate con said one thing and he was saying another. I said, he's got to be the one that's confused. And yes, he was confused. So I didn't have to bump the dock again. That would have made me mad, a little aggravated. But it was an honest mistake. I mean, he didn't mess up. The scanner messed up. Everything was on the truck that was supposed to be on the truck. I would definitely go back there again too. So after we got loaded at the port there in Savannah, we drove on over to Dublin, Georgia, which is not as far as I wanted to go. It's a friendly Gus. It's an Ambest. It's a nice big truck stop parking lot. The store is not gigantic. I didn't even go in the store. I just wanted somewhere nice to park, because I was going to have to wait to get diesel the next morning, because by the time I had got loaded and pointed back yonder way, traffic was already looking horrible, and I wouldn't have been able to make it where I needed to make it in the 4 hours I had left on my clock. So whenever that happens like that, I try to find the place with the safest parking. Because nowadays, you got a lot of people that shouldn't be in a truck. And they will take your fenders out, they will back over you, and then act like it's your fault. I can't even deal with that. I don't want to go down that road, because it leads to a rant, and none of us need me to get into a rant, now do we? But that was a pretty nice truck stop. Woke up the next morning, which was this morning, Thursday morning. Got fuel in Jackson, Georgia at the TA. And everything went pretty smooth. I got me a cup of coffee and a couple of sausages off the roller grill and tore out. And I drove and I drove and I drove, and now I'm in Minden, Louisiana, with 3.5 hours left to go to deliver in the morning over in Dallas. Now, Minden TA is not horrible. It's got 3 showers, and I didn't have to wait, and they're brand new, and it was nice and seemed pretty clean. Wide open shower though. I mean, it's kind of weird the way it's made. Here come the Bridges. Hey, Bridges! But I have fueled here a few times, didn't have no trouble. They got a pizza place in there. It was pretty good, other than being super expensive. Their pizza is super expensive, and it could be because they have a lot of overheaded employees. Cause they had a bunch of employees in there today, y'all. I don't know how well it's gonna work or not. They do have reserved parking there now. There's a few spots over on the other side, but every spot, except for right in front of the fuel pumps, is leaning forward, and I don't want to feel like I'm rolling out of the bed all night. That just gets on my very last nerve. So tomorrow, the plan is to get up, drive those 3.5. All right, it is Friday morning. Like I say, the plan is to drive those 3.5 hours, get over here, deliver in Carrollton, Texas at Harold's Fertilizer, and then I'm gonna ease over into Fort Worth to Del Monte. They are supposed to have a Saddle Creek logistics right there where I'm gonna get loaded, and they're supposed to have a staging area, so I'm gonna get in there early My appointment's not until 3, so I'm gonna get in there early. See if I can go ahead and get loaded. If not, I will be in the sleeper berth for a while and activate that split sleeper. So once I get loaded, I'll hopefully be able to get my clock back enough where I can head toward the house, because the load that I'm picking up does not deliver until early Monday morning. That's right, early Monday morning. And like I said, it's going to put me at 5,000 gross for the week, which sounds like a lot, but when you have all those extra expenses, you know, it takes it down pretty quick. So you got to hustle when you're in a lease truck now. You got to hustle. Lease truck is not for the faint of heart, but if you've got a heart and you are willing to hustle and run and make the miles, look, it's a good way to go. It's a walk-away lease too. If things get too bad, too difficult, you bring the truck back to the office and tell them you just can't hack it. If you do everything right and you get the money where it's supposed to be, you don't have to worry about it falling back on you. You can get out here and be an owner-operator without a lot of risk. As long as you do everything they tell you to do and you run hard, you got the chance of being successful. If a lot of people go to college for 4, 5, sometimes 6 years, right? When they get out, they've got to find a job and they got to pay back all that student debt. You come out here and lease a truck for 3 years, 3 measly years, you pay it off, and then you can do what you want to with that truck, and you're not going to have that lease payment, whatever it may be, $5,000, $6,000 a week. Once that lease payment's done being paid, that's a huge benefit to you. That's a huge raise whenever you take that truck and you continue to run it. Yes, you will have some repairs, but if you run the truck correctly and you put up some money when you can and you run hard and you run what you have to make that cash, you stand a chance of doing really well in this world. You don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer. Now, there are forces in this world that want to do away with trucking, truck drivers per se. There will always be trucking and transportation, but they want to do away with truckers. They want to get rid of our free life, having the freedom of the open road. They want to get rid of that, you know, because God forbid somebody be happy. God forbid somebody make a good living. They keep bringing in people that ain't got no business being in trucks. They want to bring in people that are too young to drive trucks. Look, we have rules for a reason. They need to stop trying to go around the rules and operate with dignity, respect, and honor. And the people that have been in this industry and have earned their stripes should get paid well. If they don't want to pay it, they shouldn't be able to ship it. That's all I got to say. But bringing in foreigners that can't even speak English and people that are too young to be driving and do not have the proper decision-making skills should not be allowed. Anyway, rant. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on a rant, but it is early Friday morning, and I just wanted to pick up on this video. I wanted to try to get it out there before 7 a.m., but I am headed over towards Dallas, well, Carrollton. I'm hoping to be in there before 7 so the traffic ain't too horrible. But yeah, that TA over yonder in Minden is not a big one, but it's nice and clean. They have a pretty good bit for food options. The pizza's expensive, and it really wasn't that good. It was super thin crust with a huge old edge crust, you know, and it was just, would have had better. Anyway, God bless. Catch you on the next ride.